Hello everyone, here we are doing box method and what it is called x minus 2 x plus 2. So what are the values here? That is called, then it is in the uh, parenthesis or in the bracket, it is called, yes, that those are exponential function. And when standard form will be there, I'll show you when we get the result, then that will be the standard form. So how many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to make box 1, 2, 3, 4, four boxes. And where x will go here up, negative 2 will be going here, x will be here, and 2. X times x will be x squared. X times negative 2 will be negative 2x. 2 times x will be 2x. 2 times negative 2, put in the calculator. How much it shows? 2 times negative 2. Yes, negative 4. Now what we're going to do? We're going to add this 2. Is it like terms? Is it x? Yes, of course. 2x and this is negative 2x. X squared, negative 2x, positive 2x and negative 4. So negative 2x and positive 2x get cancelled. So what will be the end result? X squared minus 4. So this is in the standard form. And that when we started, it was the exponential form. Exponential form will be in the brackets, in the paragraphs. But the standard form will be, it will start with the x squared. Remember that, because we're going to do the graph when moving forward. Application is visible when I connect standard form equation to real world context like cell phone, plan earning like wages, cooking recipes. Again, when constant, like, talking about content knowledge, explain why the box method works. It is visual organizer for order of inverse operation, not a trick. And application would be, where they have seen the situation when you know the total, but they need to find the unknown. And demonstration like adding, subtracting before the division and explaining why order matters. And student, they create their own word problem, highest level of application, and directly name and correct the number. Misconception like, dividing first instead of subtracting. Then in application, student explain answer in context sentence, not just numbers. So show multiple representation, box diagram, algebra step by step, number line check. So exit ticket requires both solving and explaining in real world terms. So part C would be prior data and differentiation, what the data shows, student group, what data shows, instructions responsibility, this lesson. So you could see the approaching to the students, understanding one step, solving it, introduction to the standard, box method with color steps. Because here we are dealing with the special ed students, so the color really matters here. And developing, 2 3 students, like, still solidifying one step abstract notation is a barrier, needs a concrete anchor. Box method with numbers filled in partially and focus on addition, subtraction, and accommodation and modification built into the lesson. Color coded boxes, each box in the diagram assigned consist color throughout the lesson. I will show you here. I have step by step graphic organizer, like, students pre-printed box template. They do not draw from the scratch. They can, but once they see it, they know how the box would be and then they can draw.
And vocabulary word wall, 6 key terms posted with the visual standard form, coefficient, variable, constant, inverse operation, solution. Students refer to this throughout. Sentence frame, that is so important in special ed. The first inverse operation, I use it blank because I use my solution x equals to blanks, which means frame scaffold verbal and written explanation without lowering the thinking requirement. And choice in word problem, 3 real world contexts available, like we can give the earning money example, cell phone data plan, cooking recipe. Extended time pacing, class time is structured so developing learners, verbal response option. Next comes the lesson procedures, minute by minute, 50 minutes. It is structured. We are doing box method, introduction, direction instruction, guided practice, real world application, closer with the exit ticket. So when opening of the class, like greeting and start today with something real, giving the example with the real scenario. Like here, I have taken the example of working at the store, earning $12 per hour, and end of the shift, they got it 60. So you also get a $12 bonus for working the holiday. So how many hours would be? So giving students some time to think. You can, count in yourself, or you can just humming something. So that gives some time so that they think, and they then ask the class, did anyone write any equation? What it looks like? What are the two things you don't know? What do you know? What if I told you the equation? Then give the answers. Don't give it right away. Bridge it to today's lesson, standard 4 moment, connect real solution, and then this is the thing I'm talking about. Here box method, you can see how the colorful I have used it, blue, green, orange, purple. For special ed, they really connect to this and they understand. And you could see the 3-step box method solve, and then once they solve it, you can see 2x plus 6. And I'm going to give you the example of my class while I was teaching it. And guided practice, we do together like 18 to 32 minutes. And then comes sentence frame posted on the board. First fill the box, coefficient is blank, the constant is blank. Then problem, notes for the teacher, and the differentiation. So here you could see the problem, straightforward addition, constant, both numbers divide evenly, and developing box is pre-filled except for the result box. And these are the examples given, and they will solve. First teacher will solve, and then they are given time. After warm up, the I do, you do, and we do. And real world application, 32 to 44 minutes. And then closure and the exit ticket, that is 44 to 50 minutes. Closing discussion, 2 minutes, whole class. And tell your partner what is the, how you understand it. And then exit ticket will be 5 minutes. They will be doing it, small exit ticket. And then we can, depending on the exit ticket, we can subdivide in 3 groups, how we can reteach those things. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, here we are doing box method, and what it is called x minus 2, x plus 2. So what are the values here? That is called, then it is in the parenthesis or in the bracket, it is called, yes, that those are exponential function. And when standard form will be there, I'll show you when we get the result, then that will be the standard form. So how many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to make box 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 boxes. And where x will go here up, negative 2 will be going here, x will be here, and 2. X times x will be x squared. X times negative 2 will be negative 2x. 2 times x will be 2x. 2 times negative 2, put in the calculator. How much it shows? 2 times negative 2. Yes, negative 4. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add this 2. Is it like terms? Is it x? Yes, of course. 2x, and this is negative 2x. X squared, negative 2x, positive 2x, and negative 4. So negative 2x and positive 2x get cancelled. So what will be the end result? X squared minus 4. So this is in the standard form. And that when we started, it was the exponential form. Exponential form will be in the brackets, in the paragraphs. But the standard form will be, it will start with the x squared. Remember that, because we're going to do the graph when moving forward.
Lesson plan. Here we are using Moreland Special Ed. In this, we're going to use standard 4 and 5. And this is for special ed. Hello, everyone. Lesson plan Moreland for high school special ed. Solving two-step equation using box method. So this is for the ninth grade and Algebra 1 special ed. And it's the class will be like 50 to 60 minutes. Inclusion small group resource. And here you can see I'm explaining, and this is from my class. And let's move to the next. Learning objectives will be measurable and observable. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify components of an equation, variable, coefficient, constant with 80% accuracy. Second thing, solve two-step equation using the box method with at least 3 out of 4 correct. Third thing, explain the reasoning using math vocabulary, example inverse operations. Apply equation solving to a real world scenario and justify the answer. Standard alignment explicit for Moreland, and as I mentioned before, this is in task standard 4. It's about content knowledge, and I am trying to do it on outstanding level. So teacher demonstrates deep understanding of variable coefficients, inverse operation, and equality. Use multiple representation, visual box method, verbal thinking loud, symbolic equation, anticipates misconception, student solving left to right instead of reverse order, confusion about dividing negative numbers. Clearly explain why we undo the operation in reverse. Here you can see in standard 5, application of content. Student apply algebra to authentic real life context, promote problem solving, student discussion, justification of answer. So then teacher going to ask, how do you know? Why does this make sense? And teacher will give time so that student can identify and take a pause and think about it. Core strategy will be like a box method, visual scaffold, introduce structure, this reduce cognitive overload and support executive functioning. Materials would be printed box organizer, whiteboard, smartboard, dry erase marker color coded, guided notes, exit ticket, and real world task cards. Lesson flow designed for observation success, warm up activation, 5 to 7 minutes, like writing on the board, and giving them time to at least take it and do the warm up. And then teacher gonna ask, I'm gonna ask, how did you figure it out? What operation did you undo? So this builds the bridge to algebra thinking and calling on 2 3 students, engaging evidence. And you could see learning target and purpose. This is like 2 minutes, clearly using the importance of rubric. We will solve equation using this method so we can organize our thinking and solve real world problems. Direct instruction, modeling with thinking aloud. This will be like 10 to 12 minutes, like, giving the problem, for example, 3x plus 5 equals to 20, and giving them time with the, like, white paper or markers or whiteboards or markers or paper with the pencil so that they can draw the box, and then they need to use that multiply, divide, add, subtraction, how they can use it. And teacher think aloud, critical for understanding, outstanding. So notice, like, uh, is being like plus 5 is being done to x, so undo it first, subtract 5 because subtraction is the inverse of addition. Now I divide by 3 to isolate x. Solve step by step x equals to 5. Use color coding, ask quick checks. And why did I subtract first? You can see, they can follow on the board as well as they are given whiteboards, and also on the walls. They have charts they can follow in the color coded. And guided practice would be 15 minutes, high engagement. Given the problem, 2x plus 4 equals to 12. Student fill in the box, solve with the partner. You can see they talk to each other, and teachers will circulate. It's just not one teacher, it's like content teacher and special ed teacher plus para educator. Circulate and ask, what is your first step? Why? Provide sentence frames first. I blank, then because, let them think and try to do it. And then real world application, standard 5 focus. This would be like 15 minutes scenario. You pay $5 delivery fee plus $3 per item. Your total bill is 20. How many items did you buy? Students write the equation, 3x plus 5 equals to 20. Use box method and explain the scenario. You can see here guided practice, high engagement, 2x plus 4 equals to 12. Fill in box, solve with the partner, and this already I explained to you this one. So real world application, standard 5 focus, like 15 minutes, and we're going to solve this, like independent practice would be like 10 minutes. And we are given here 3 to 4 problems, like tiered support, like level 1 box provided, level 2 students draw box, level 3 challenge problem. And you could see small exit ticket, like using the box method. Why do we undo addition before multiplication? And differentiation, strong for special ed because it supports visual box organizer, color coding steps, repeated modeling, chunked instruction. Accommodation would be extended time, small group support, verbal response allowed. Modification would be one step equation for some students, pre-fill boxes. And assessment will be formative. It could be like student responses during guided practice, teachers questioning. Summative will be exit ticket and accuracy of independence work. And I'm special ed teacher. My name is Afreen Fatima. This is the reflection. Student benefited from the visual structure of the box method. Some needed additional support with inverse operations. Next step, introduce multi-step equation of or review with the manipulatives. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks.